Keith, it's good to have you here. Keith Haring, tell us a little bit about what Howard said. You started working in a subway. How did you manage that?
Well, I've been working in the subway in New York for about the past 2.5 years. Where I draw is on where they usually have advertisements on the platform, and when they don't have enough advertisements, they put empty black paper to cancel out the old ad.
I see.
So I noticed these about 2.5 years ago on my way through the subway, and immediately went above ground and bought some chalk and went back down.
This is one of your works here?
Yeah.
And this is permissible? I mean, you're not breaking any
Is this
law?
illegal or not?
Yeah, it is technically
illegal.
It depends on the policeman that catches you. I have been handcuffed and arrested. Sometimes I'm just given $10 fines, or
Oh yeah, or sometimes told to move along, buddy. Yeah.
Or sometimes when they catch me, they're eager to meet me because they've been wondering who was doing it this long anyway.
Keith, you
this
have to,
is,
that's like,
nice
looks
work.
like dolphins, is that?
Yeah, dolphins in the water and sort of a angel mermaid.
See, I think, you know, we hear the word graffiti, and we immediately think of obscenities that are written on walls, you know. But that isn't necessarily all there is to graffiti.
No, it's not necessarily.
You don't write obscenities on the walls.
No.
Do you sign your work?
No, the things in the subway are never signed.
Because you don't want anybody looking for
well, the
it,
drawing itself is a signature. I mean,
see.
most people can tell that the same person has done all the drawings.
But if you don't sign it, how do they know who did it, and how do you get discovered?
Well, most of the people in the subway probably still don't know who's doing them, but and that's probably the best way to come across them, is to just see them and not know how they got there or why they got there. But at the same time that I was doing things in the subways, I began showing things in galleries and things in the press and things. So.
What is this, Keith?
This was one done around Valentine's Day a year ago.
And what is the message there? I can't really make that.
That's done in the subway too.
Carrying a
Oh,
heart.
I see. I see. Well, now, who did discover you?
Well, I guess lots of different. Since I've been seen by millions of people in the city, people that had come from Europe or from Japan and different places that come to New York to see what's happening have inevitably found out about me because they saw the work in the subway, and also then through galleries and now museums also.
Keith, are there other subway artists besides yourself?
Yeah, there's probably hundreds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's probably thousands of kids that do graffiti in the city, but there's several that are quite good artists.
Have they been discovered too, or not?
Yeah, there's a lot that they're now having shows in Europe and selling paintings instead of painting on trains.
All right, now.
This was a mural on the corner of Houston Street and the Bowery, which I did last summer.
Uh-huh.
And this view from an exhibition that I had in October, which was sort of my first one-man show in New York City.
Now, what do you call that?
Well, some of those, there are paintings on vinyl tarpaulins, and there's some frame drawings around it. And there were some things right on the wall.
Now,
Interesting.
This is nice.
These are some
What's this
vases.
now? Yeah. You did those?
Yeah, they're actually only made of cast fiberglass, so they're really light, but they look really ancient.
They sure do.
And the images on them make them look like they could have been found in Egypt or something.
Interesting. What are you doing?
Actually, this is an installation at the Whitney Museum that I did last month in New York.
Now, you know, before you came here, I was reading a little article about you. You've been, gosh, all over here in the past couple of weeks. You've been in Tokyo,
sort of in
Sweden,
between trips.
You're
now
in between
also,
trips.
I'm going to Italy on Wednesday. So.
How'd you come to Marquette? How'd that come about?
Well, someone contacted me in New York and asked me if I was interested in coming here to do the piece for the construction site.
And I believe I read that you're kind of doing it for free, except they're paying your travel expenses.
Yeah, more or less.
Well, that's,
So is that how
for
you...
the opportunity to do it and
that's
to
nice.
come here.
Now, what are you doing here? Let's find out what you're
Painting
doing.
on, they have a fence that's been put up around the place where they're building this new art museum. So one side faces the freeway, so I painted that side yesterday with sort of large things that could be seen from all the way from the freeway or from different entrances. And the other side, which I'm in the middle of painting today, is a little more detailed and will have different characters that have been in different of the drawings, but combined in a new way.
Do you put a story into it about, such as, that you're doing the
It
fence?
depends. It's
something
not
about
an
Marquette?
exact story, but they definitely have characters or have things happening that provoke people to imagine a story or to try to put the pieces together to
You know,
figure
we
out
drove by that fence. You can see it very easily from just off the Marquette interchange. Aren't there babies kind of crawling along?
Yeah,
on
on that side it's a row of crawling babies, and underneath it a row of dogs, or four-legged animals.
Dogs and babies. Now, what's the connection there? I don't...
Well, I guess they're sort of, in some ways, those two things have sort of become my logos from working in the subway also, but because I never signed the drawings, but the baby used to appear on almost every one, so it sort of became a signature. But besides that, they're sort of, I guess, primary symbols for the whole human experience or life on Earth, babies and animals.
In this article, it said a student was watching you do this. He stood behind you watching you paint these babies and dogs, and he finally got up enough courage to say, "Why are you doing this?" And Keith said, he's quoted as saying, "It's for you." Is that what you told him?
Yeah, I guess that was the best answer.
I guess that's a good answer.
After you said it's for you?
He just walked away.
Said, "Oh, okay."
No,
he said thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well,
right.
that was
He said
nice.
thank you.
Did you get a lot of thank yous?
Yeah, that's one of the things that has kept me, especially in the subways, has kept me going back over and over to keep doing this, because I've run into so many appreciative people of all ages and all kinds of people that really enjoy seeing them there. So
Now, we had said that it is really illegal. You run up to a blank area. Do you have to constantly be drawing with your head around?
Well, yeah, it's part of the reason that they're so simple is that
Gotta do it in a
only
hurry.
take them in a few minutes because I have my back turned and you can get caught. So I try
That
to
is
draw
the most
quickly.
interesting.
Well, even with all the recognition you've got now, you still pursue subway art.
Yeah.
Okay, and
In
do the
fact-
police know now? Do some of them know who
Some
you
of
are?
them, yeah. I mean, but some of the policemen are my fans now, so,
Oh,
So they
okay.
turn
wear
their
my
back.
buttons.
That's good. They wear your buttons?
Yeah.
Keith, thank you so much.
Yeah, Keith.
Welcome
and,
to Milwaukee.
thanks
So
for
I have
coming.
buttons for you.
Oh, you got some buttons?
Terrific.
Oh, terrific.
The
Hey,
dog
thank you.
and
Yeah.
The dog and baby.
Oh, the dog and baby.
It's a
Now,
little angel.
do we get time to show
Oh.
those?
That's great. Thank you.
while you're drawing, and it doesn't seem to be a problem now.
You know, I mean, I'm used to people videotaped and filmed and photographed while I draw all the time.
But originally you preferred us not to. Is that right?
No, it's not. I don't mind when I'm drawing. It's more. Well, no, I don't mind anything. Really, the only things that bother me are things like questions, I guess. Because drawing, I mean, I'm comfortable drawing anytime, anywhere. Because then you really. Because my drawing speaks for itself. The thing I have trouble with is trying to explain things or trying to put into words what I'm doing or justify what I'm doing. All it does is it sort of blocks out the inside, which is good. You know, it makes the things on the inside blurry, but the lines, you can still see the lines really good.
So you reckon you'll keep the water
Yeah, I think they should keep it on. Because that's the whole idea of the wall is that it's a water wall, right? So,
But did you have that?
I mean, I knew there was going to be water running down it when I painted it, so I mean, I didn't paint things about water on it, but I don't think it doesn't
What about
hurt
the
it at
fish?
all. Yeah, well, that's, I guess. I mean, I thought of putting the whole, you know, making the whole thing be about water, but no, I think the water's good on it. Yeah, let the water on. Are those your film lights, or are those the normal lights for the inside?
No, I think they're the lights of the gallery.
Because the light in the atomic bomb looks great, with water coming through it.
Do you think that it's what you expected, or did you have any sort of preconceived idea about it?
Well, a little, you know, I mean, thought about it a little bit, but it's pretty much innovative as you go, really.
Do you like what you've done?
Sort of, yeah, I guess. Why, do you?
I like it.
I mean, nah, I never know. When people ask you, when people always ask you, like, how do you think it's going, or, you know, do you think it turned out well? And I never know
But don't you know what's good with your own work, or can you only criticize others?
Well, I always like it. I guess if I, I mean, you have to always like it, sort of.
I've got a feeling you like your work quite a lot, actually.
No, I mean, if I had done something I didn't like, I would have scraped it off or something. But I don't,
You've never done that?
No.
How'd you go?
It's cold.
How'd you go today?
It was great. No, I mean, it got more than I expected done. It's almost halfway done, so it will probably be finished tomorrow. I'll save some for Thursday because they're supposed to be pressed Thursday morning. So I'll just save the little piece around the back corner.
You literally got to hold it off for the press.
Well, it won't be any problem. I mean, I'll just, there's about a good day's work there tomorrow. So.
There's no drips on your...
Yeah, I was sort of surprised, actually. I mean, this is one of the first ones I ever did with no drips at all.
Deliberate?
It doesn't usually happen. Well, I never try to make drips. I mean, drips happen because of the kind of paint. The consistency of the paint decides whether they're drips or not. But,
So you're off to your hotel?
Actually, I was going to mention it earlier, but I thought I should not say anything about it until I don't have, because now that I said there's no drips, I know tomorrow there's going to be drips. So I wish they would still let me do this thing on the outside, but I don't think they're gonna.
What's that?
I want to put a panel inside, because they only have 4 of them, and they have slots for like the rest. I guess they ran out of money or something. So I want to make a plywood one and stick it in there. I mean, it would be perfect, but I don't think they're ready to go for it. But maybe when this painting's done, they'll be convinced. She's Washington is on film, but she's really shady. I don't really know. It's like she's real nice, and then she says really mean things, and then she's really nice again, so I don't understand what her deal is. But I can't keep saying.
Well, I mean, she said to you...
Because now she was already, and now she said it's going to be up for 3 months. First she said it's going to be up for, I'm just finishing this big painting, right? Incredible painting. And she comes to say it's going to be repainted in 1 month. And I was like, a month is so quick. Because that means it wouldn't even be up in time for the Biennale. And the one great thing about it happening now, even if it's up for 3 months, is if it's up during the Biennale, then a lot of people are going to come from other countries and things, and we'll see it, right? And it'll be part of, they'll see that at the same time.
Did the director see the work?
I don't know. I guess he comes down and he didn't say anything to me. I see him like looking from the side, but he didn't say anything or smile or anything. So, yeah. I guess I was like expecting too much because I was coming from Melbourne and the incredible way I was treated there. I just,
It's not like Melbourne.
No. But it doesn't matter because it's not for the museum, it's for the people. And the people are the same anywhere. So people coming, you can't like get mad and take it out on the museum because it's not for the directors anyway. I mean, even though once I'm gone, later on they'll take credit for it and say that, they had the insight to get Keith Haring here and all these things. Like when they finally realize that that'll do them some good, then they'll do that. I mean, it's better for me to cut out the commercial galleries and go directly to the museum.
In art. And speed has nothing to do with it. It's what the inspiration at the moment, I suppose, is the valuable part about it.
Well, no, you're talking about 2 different kinds of value. And I thought you were talking about money value. That has nothing to do with the value of the piece, really. Money's a complete separate thing, which really doesn't have anything to do with how long it took or what the value of the piece is, because money's based on an art market, which is something completely different. It has to do with other things besides how much the value of the thing. Most people can't tell which are my great. I keep all the best paintings because most people can't tell. Some people can tell. And my good friends can tell. And some good critics can tell. Tony can tell.